Welcome back. We're going to the gym today, gonna hit some arms. I am switching gyms. And another update, I think I'm giving up on the 315 bench for now. I hit a 305 bench, maintaining around 165 body weight, but we have the Arnold Classic coming up, and I can't accept showing up to that event and being fully bulked at my peak bulk. So I think for that reason, we're gonna have to do a mini cut. That said, I did add 70 pounds to my bench press, so I'm pretty happy with that. And I think I can just pursue the 315 bench at a slower pace rather than give myself a short amount of time for some, just a number, really. Just some plates on a bar. It's not as important as being aesthetic for me. And I will admit, it's because my views are going down. It's because I'm not as happy with my content, because people just don't take you seriously, I guess, as a fitness creator when you're not shredded or aesthetic, or just, of course, you gotta look the part, right? Why would you watch someone who just isn't, they don't look jacked? That's the fitness industry, man. It's just how it is. It's a little bit superficial, but you just gotta play the game, I guess. I'm just gonna show everybody and remind them that, I do have an elite physique, and you should take my advice. I know what I'm doing. All right, after this mini cut, we'll assess if we can go on a recomp or a slow surplus, or just commit fully to the cut, because I want to be lean in the summer, throughout the summer, ideally. And I think the mistake I made last year, which I don't want to make this year, is that I stayed overly lean for a little bit too long. So this summer, I'm probably just gonna maintain a more sustainable level of leanness. So rather than dipping into the 9-10% range, it's gonna stick to the 12-13% range, maintain it for as long as I can, and go based on performance, go based on how I feel rather than how I look and how satisfied I am with how shredded I am on my clips. Because you can always be leaner. That's the lesson I've learned. You can always be leaner, and that doesn't mean you should get leaner. All right, I'll see you at the gym. So this new gym that I'm gonna be trying to train at, it has pretty much state-of-the-art equipment. Everything that you could ever possibly imagine or need. All the fanciest equipment. It's all red. Really kind of excessive, to be honest. And you know what? I probably won't use 90% of the machines. So starting off this workout, I don't have any pre-workout on me, so we're just taking some L-carnitine and creatine here. It's called Legion Recharge. To be honest, I don't know if carnitine is actually effective orally. I've read that it just gets converted into something else in the stomach. So I might just go back to taking normal creatine. I don't know if it's really that useful, but it does taste good. Anyway, we're starting off with some shoulders for this arm day. I'm only going to do around 6 or 7 exercises today, and we're taking a little bit longer to warm up because it's cold and it's the winter time. That's really the only time I'll warm up a lot more. It's because your joints are literally colder and you're more prone to injury because of the temperature. So we're just going until I feel the blood enter my shoulders here, and then we're going to jump right into the working weight after this. We're going to hit some 90s because I think now that we're not benching anymore, I can hit shoulders a little bit more frequently, especially as we're cutting down. The shoulders do matter a lot more. They really bring out the aesthetics in the physique. They make you look more unnatural, and hitting them at a higher frequency is a lot more doable when you're not hitting bench press 4 times a week. Because I was hitting bench press literally 4 times a week before, and my front delts were completely exhausted and I wasn't as strong. So it wasn't really that effective to hit shoulders too often. So we dropped down a little bit in weight, and then we're going to get a little bit more volume, a few more reps on 85s here. Normally I can actually hit 100, but like I said, we're hitting shoulders at a higher frequency, and the more often you hit the same muscle group and closer to failure, well, the less intense you can go. So if I'm just hitting 100-pound dumbbells every single set every day 4 times a week, well, that's asking for an injury or just not being able to get recovered. And here we're going to just warm up with the easy bar. I like using the easy bar for some cable curls. It's just nicer on the wrist. It's really up to your preference. You can use the straight bar if you want. I like the easy bar because it just feels easier. Again, 1 warm-up set. We don't have to do as much for the biceps because I don't really have any issues with my shoulders or tendons in this area. So, just 1 warm-up set is enough. And then we're going to hit 2 sets of the cable curls here. Close to failure as possible.
Today I wasn't feeling too strong on these, but again, I actually haven't really been doing these as often. So I was just in the mood for it. My programming is kind of in a random limbo status right now because if we're not benching 4 times a week, I just kind of have to find out what I should do consistently again. I need to sit down really and write down. Oh damn, I'm looking kind of big here. The camera angles. Oh, okay, I have ADD. Anyway, yeah, I have to really sit down and write down what my programming is going to be like because you don't want to change up your exercises too often. You want to stick to the same ones ideally and progress on those. Otherwise, it's really hard to track whether or not you're getting stronger, and that makes it difficult to determine if your programming is good, if your recovery is on point, if your sleep is on point, and that's the main reason. Because technically, yeah, you can get bigger, you can get stronger, and you'll make progress, kind of switching things up, but it's just harder to track. It's much harder to track, and that kind of defeats the point of programming anything, right? If you're switching it up all the time, you don't know if you're making progress, or you might have gotten a lot more out of an exercise if you just stuck to it a little bit longer, and that would have given you more muscle. So that's why you should keep your programming simple, keep it the same, keep your exercises consistent and always the same. Plus, we're also switching gyms soon, so I'm just kind of messing around with whatever exercises. Soon we're going to have to reacclimate to the new gym's equipment. They have all these much more stable machines that I can use for triceps. So a lot of this free weight stuff, a lot of the cable stuff, I won't really need to use it anymore or do these exercises ever again because we're going to have much more stable alternatives. All the equipment at the new gym is state of the art. It's Panada. The brand is Panada. It's basically the best gym equipment that you could possibly get. And so, yeah, I'm just in a limbo status right now. You can see here that my chest and my delts clearly grew on this bulk. So for those of you that don't have really amazing state-of-the-art equipment, super stable machines, just know that if you train hard, if you're consistent and you're eating and sleeping right, you'll make tremendous gains because I'm 10 years into lifting and I still blew up my chest and shoulders from this benching cycle. And all I did was bench multiple times a week, several weeks in a row. And I didn't change a single thing. All right, 70 pounds to my bench press. I did gain some body fat, but that's natural, that's normal. You can't really gain strength at that extent without gaining body fat. And if anything, if someone gets that strong without gaining any body fat, that's a really big indicator that, you know, they might be taking some extra stuff. Anyway, we're finishing off here with some bicep curls. I'm just doing some light hammer curls. Just one set because I'm planning on hitting arms twice per week again. I think anything that you want to grow more or anything that you consider a weakness, higher frequency is always the answer. If you want bigger arms, this is what you just have to do. Hit arms multiple times a week. And I've known people that have hit arms every single day. Okay, these people you see online, right? The ones that look most questionably natty it's because they have humongous arms. It's not usually their shoulders or their chest or their back. They are usually impressive. Like Shizzy, for example, has tremendously big arms, but the rest of him is just, it's believable that the rest of his body parts would be natural. Look at these arms, man. Look at this pump. I think it's clear. It's very clear here that I've put on a lot of size in the last few months, and this bulk has worked. And I'm excited to see what this mini cut is going to show. It's going to reveal everything that I've worked for in the last few months. And it just shows that there is really no natural limit. If you have a weakness, for me, that was arms, then you can really bring up that muscle group if you just focus on it, if you do your programming right, if you get stronger at key lifts. Yeah, there's no stopping you. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Hope you like this style of video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video.